What is going on, guys? My name is Damien. Welcome back. Bringing you my review for Vampire Diaries Season 6, Episode 7. And what a glorious episode it was, I imagine, for a lot of you Damon and Elena shippers out there, of course. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, as always, click off. Feel free to come back later if you'd like to hear my opinions. So let's get right into it. Damon and Elena, the core focal point of this episode, of course. It was really, really great. I actually thoroughly enjoyed their scenes, and this is something that I normally don't really notice. This is something that I don't really point out or say openly because I've always been a Stefan and Elena shipper the entire time watching the show, but I was always open to the idea of Damon and Elena to see just what they could really become, and I never really felt it until tonight's episode. Tonight's episode convinced me that they are no doubt endgame. I think that was pretty obvious to everyone. It'd be nice if there was some Damon and Bonnie stuff, of course, but realistically, we all know it's Damon and Elena for endgame on this show. There's no doubt about it. So, why were the scenes so good tonight? They felt like an actual relationship. And this is what I wanted to see, and this is what I hated about Damon and Elena before. I never cared about the fact that they felt, to me personally, strictly physical. Too many scenes inferring sex, too many scenes about just going back into bed, like that kind of thing. They didn't have that relationship type of scene where it was them really talking about the two of them outside of a physical relationship, just the two of them being together, wanting to be together for reasons other than removing their clothing. So tonight was great. It was a great episode. And the scene in the rain, the flashback to their magical summer that no one got to see. I mentioned this last week, and what do you know? They start showing scenes. Maybe I should do this more often. Maybe I should just become the writer of the show. Maybe I should take over the entire command of the show, and all things would be well, I imagine. So it was great. The rain scene was actually really, really good. And I mean, what more can you say? It was a good episode. That Trip guy is gone. Good riddance. He was irrelevant anyway. So nothing else really major happened throughout the episode. Stefan and Caroline had their scenes. Bonnie and that guy that I can't remember his name on the other side doing their thing. She's gonna get away from him at some point. They're both gonna come back, I imagine. Then he's gonna be a threat throughout the season. Then he'll probably die off, the usual deal. But no one cares about that stuff, right? Everyone who watches the Vampire Diaries realistically watches it for, drum roll please. We don't need a drum roll. The relationships, of course. So Damon and Elena is what it's all about tonight. The same way it's Oliver and Felicity one night on Arrow, and Barry and Iris another night on The Flash. Relationships drive these shows a lot of times, and they keep things interesting. So, what can we say about Damon and Elena that hasn't already been said? Obviously, you guys are really excited about it, I imagine. So, like I said before, it was great. So always do leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Am I a Damon and Elena shipper? I don't think I would label myself as that quite yet. So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. But I did really enjoy these scenes tonight. Now, if they do something next week, or let's think even further ahead, let's say she gets her memories back and they're all good to go again. And if they go out to dinner, or he cooks her dinner, or they have a very personal experience, and that is very broad, that could be anything. But if it's something where they really just share, or maybe he shares a moment in his life that he hasn't shared with her yet, and he explains how that made him who he is, or something like that, anything that helps her understand him more on a personal level, maybe then I'll officially class myself as a Damon and Elena shipper. But we'll see how it goes. You know, again, great episode. That's it. I really very surprised. So I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. You know, it's a CW show, so I always deduct marks just because of that. But that's because I'm a guy and I have super high standards. But you know, that's neither here nor there. Show's great. Episode was great, rather. And I hope they continue stuff like this when it comes to the relationships, because this is how you keep it creative and interesting. You've got to do stuff like this. I did not expect uh, Damon being selfless at the end, saying that he'll let her go. She deserves to be happy and all of that. Even though that won't actually mean anything, it's still him actually doing it because the old Damon would not have done that. So it's all about progress, people. So we'll see what happens. I mean, what do you guys think is going to happen? Definitely leave your thoughts down below. If you think something crazy is going to happen, write whatever you think is going to go down. I don't know what else can really happen. I mean, part of me is kind of disappointed in a way, because since they're really confirmed as Endgame at this point, it's like, what else can really happen to keep it interesting? I don't know, other than just some relationship stuff. A lot of the reasons why I enjoyed the Stefan and Elena stuff is because when they were getting to know each other, there was, like him making her dinner and their scenes together, like just overall just relationship kind of stuff. If they do more of that, kind of follow the same path, I think I'd be game for it. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, solid episode all around. Nothing else needs to be said. Good riddance to that trip guy. And Matt can continue being irrelevant, and Tyler can continue being a bartender with like 2 lines. That works for me. So I'll see you guys in the next review next week. And subscribe for more. Leave a like on the video. And I'll see you guys later. My name is Damien.